Hello guys, this is Vysh. So we'll discuss the Hindu editorial for June 26th, which is Wednesday. And today very interesting and important articles are there. So you can see here in the thumbnail itself, the gig economy, a very important concept about which mains question has come. Circular economy, again question has come. And then the POXO Act, which we have discussed multiple times, but here again some court cases and related judgments we'll discuss. Okay, so it's going to be very interesting. Please watch till the end, and all the previous episodes also. Okay, it's all in one single playlist. 20 episodes is completed. If you're very serious, by this weekend try to catch up, okay, because you have to watch it every day. It's not like you pile it up and then study, or watch a new episode then go back to old episode. Then you cannot do and you cannot understand. Okay, your mains answer will shape into a very good answer only if you watch it regularly in a disciplined way. Okay, so we are trying to put all the efforts to teach you properly. You also put the same efforts, then by the end of the year you can easily clear in the very first attempt. Okay, so now today's articles headlines we'll discuss. The first one, if you see, it is the vaccination and all. When we make vaccines, obviously you will have to do human trials. First you test it on animals, then on humans. This is the usual procedure. Okay, so about virus vaccine test, okay, that article in detail we are not going to discuss, just the important points. ICMR, that is Indian Council for Medical Research, they have a unit, bioethics unit. Okay, when you study ethics, you have a bioethics, environmental ethics, like the different ethics also you will study. Okay, in our mains test series there will be questions also. Those who enrolled, you will be writing and I will be evaluating. Okay, so bioethics unit of the ICMR, they have placed a policy, a new policy statement on this particular testing, that is this which is called controlled human infection studies. Okay, for public comments they have placed it in a public domain. So that full thing which we usually tell human trials, that official name of it is controlled human infection studies, because it's a controlled environment. You like maybe for malaria, for yellow fever, so you will have the viral strain and then put it on the humans, then test how it reacts, then whether the vaccine is working. So that full process, for that name only you have to study from this article, and for that some trials they are doing. That's all. That is the, and that policy they have kept in public domain. That is the takeaway from article number 1. Okay, second article, very detailed important article, because Rajasthan has passed a bill on gig workers. Okay, so gig workers is basically the contract workers, but there are many things to study about it, the disadvantages, the pros, the cons in India, whether we have laws for that and why Rajasthan did it now. So like that, many important things are there. That's one of the most lengthiest article we'll discuss today. Okay, then this one is the POXO. POXO is the protection of child against this sexual offense and also. That again little bit important in GS2, GS1 papers and all. It's very important topic. So whatever happened recently in the July month itself, lot of court cases were there. That that is the context, and we will discuss the POXO Act. Okay, and then this one, local news, Tamil Nadu, we don't have to care about it. Don't read anything which is in the local news section. Okay, if it's anything which is important, I will tell you. Like example, some days Jammu and Kashmir related article will come. That time Jammu and Kashmir, if any law is there, it is important, because the article 370 is very much important for your UPSC preparation. Okay, so like that Jammu and Kashmir becomes important to you. Here, circular economy, again economy where everything is like circular, meaning you are using something, reusing something, recycling something. That's cycle related. There is a 4-pointer discussion which Indian government is going to put in the G20 forum, that we'll discuss in detail. Then here it is about Israel, but Israel's local politics. Okay, if it was little bit relevant, I would have discussed. But here it is their parliament. First you have to know their parliament is called that Knesset or Knesset, however you pronounce it. That thing is the name of the parliament of Israel. So there Benjamin Netanyahu, who is the right-winger politician and the leader, so they with some opposition parties, they all together passed some bill, and that bill related fighting and discussion is going on. So you don't have to study anything, just know that Israel little bit politics always happens, especially right wing versus left wing, same like in India. And that in my Vysh courses channel already, the election process and how Israel system works, I've already explained. Okay, so you can search simply in Vysh courses channel Israel, immediately 2-3 videos will come. You have to watch that. Okay, Israel Palestine issue, when was it its peak, I had done 2-3 videos in Vysh courses YouTube channel. You can watch that. Okay, it's also free, completely free. And then here, you know, the moon mission related graphs they have given. This section is always for graphs and charts. So the moon missions, you know, different countries are attempting. Even India's now Chandrayaan 3. I have explained already Chandrayaan 3 how it works. Okay, around the earth, 3 elliptical orbit, and then it will, like a slingshot, it will go and enter the moon's orbit, elliptical, and finally a circular orbit near the moon. Then it will softly land on the moon, the rover which we have. Okay, the lander will go and fall there, meaning place their soft landing, and then out of that a 6-wheel small rover vehicle will come out, and that will go and take the needed things. Okay, last time in Chandrayaan 2 we failed that point. We failed when the lander crash landed. Instead of soft landing, the lander itself crash landed. We lost communication from here, and that's not I've already explained. So now we are almost in the third elliptical thing is over, and by August 1 we will be entering moon's orbit. That is the latest stage as of now. Okay, so that more articles will come. Again, we'll discuss with pictures. So now here they have shown the graphs of different failure missions. So that is not much significant to you. They're telling like 40% in the landing phase itself they fail, 60% in the rover phase they fail. So that comparison, okay, where it is failing, robotic lander or the rover or the while returning with the sample, when is a mission failing, that in different aspects they have put a detailed chart. Okay, that too since 1958, which all lunar missions in the world has happened. That full thing they are discussing here. So I did not find it much relevant for exam, so it's not required. Okay. So these questions please see, and in comment section please see to it that you don't repeat this same questions. Okay, it's already answered here. Test series 2024 batch 2 and 25 batch 1 will be announced within the next 1 week, and by August mid or August end you will be starting to study in that batch. Okay, self-study batch. The batch 1 is already going on 2024. Today they will be taking the NCERT test and they are giving excellent feedback. I have put them in my WhatsApp status and Instagram also. You can go and see the quality and the feedback given by students, and if it's connecting with you, only then you should join. Okay, if it's not, you should join some other place, but you should definitely join some test series. Okay, before the exam preparation you have to join a test series and study in question answer format. Only then you will clear the prelims. Okay, so WhatsApp number is given, there you can contact me. Vysh, this is the channel, okay, Vysh courses, where I told Israel video and all is there. You can simply search most of the important relevant topics of current affairs we had discussed here with the static part. Okay, so you can watch this. Before going to the circular economy, the topic article, I'll show you two questions which are kind of similar about the, meaning the answers you will get it by the end of this article. Okay, that kind of questions have already come in 2019 and 2023, for which answer key also has not come. 2019, if you see, there was a question, in India, extended producer responsibility or EPR was introduced as an important feature of which of the following act. Okay, meaning we have a lot of act like Biomedical Waste Management Act or bill or rule, anything. Okay, then Recycled Plastic Manufacturing and Usage Rules 1999, E-Waste Management and Handling Rule 2011, Food and Safety Regulation 2011. So these many we have regulations. In this, where was extended producer responsibility there? And this was a very interesting question, and it was covered in our test series also. That year we had claimed this question while telling Vysh versus UPSC video. Okay, you can go and watch it. So here, this is one question. I will not tell the answer. You have to tell in comment section by the end of this video. So remember that, okay, after the full video, you have to answer these questions. Okay, this is one. And then the second one, consider the following statements about G20. Okay, this year G20, India is the president. So UPSC in 23 prelims asked 3 questions, 3 prelims questions, 6 marks for this thing. Okay, about G20. The G20 group was originally established as a group of finance ministers and central bank governors to discuss all these international economic issue. And then digital public infrastructure is one of the India's like G20 priorities, meaning while meeting we have some priorities, four to six priorities are there. So digital public infrastructure is one of the priorities. So here 1 only, 2 only. Okay, these are the very few questions which came in the old pattern this year. Else, you know, everything came like 1 pair, 2 pair. It was a new pattern, the questions, but this was like this usual 2 statement type question. So this was again, this you should be able to answer. Okay, this was taught by Vysh IAS, and everyone who teaches you properly would have taught you this. Okay, so these are 2 questions I am giving you based on articles we are discussing today. So circular economy, from this picture itself, it's very clear. Raw materials is there, then you design something, you produce that, then you distribute it, you use it, meaning the customer will use that product. After that, instead of throwing away or disposing, you are recycling the materials and then again converting into raw materials and again starting from starting. So this full thing is in basic terms circular economy. Okay, circular economy, and it's important, mains question will come. Okay, so resource efficiency and circular economy are very powerful strategy for what? For effectively minimizing the dependence on the natural resources, curtailing the waste, and encouraging sustainable design practices. Okay, so here if you see, we have our SDG goals, sustainable development goals, 17 goals are there, 169 targets are there under that, and by 2030 we have to achieve it. Okay, this is the basics which under United Nations every country has agreed to do this. Okay, so you have to make sure that your resource utilization is fine, because if you don't utilize, you are creating more and more waste and you will never hit the target, you will never hit the goals. That should be the key for your economic growth, is what the author is telling in the opening line itself. Okay, so you need to switch from take, make, dispose, meaning you take it, you make it, and then you dispose it. That model is not good. You have to make like reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reduce the resources used, use it and reuse it, and then recycle it and again reuse it. Okay, so this model you should apply. That is what the author is suggesting. So you can use this as a caption in your opening line, in your answers and all. So India has prioritized resource efficiency and circular economy as one of the 3 core themes of deliberation in G20 forum. Okay, so now you understood why I showed that question. This is also one of the important theme of discussion of the G20. Okay, the question was about digital infrastructure, but this resource efficiency is also one of the theme which is prioritized for G20. Okay, so now India has embraced 4 priority areas under this circular economy itself. 4 areas are there. One is in the steel sector, there should be circularity of this resource usage. Then extended producer responsibility. Now you understood why the second question I asked you, because that is being discussed here. Okay, then circular bioeconomy, where you are everything industry you are efficiently using in biological economy. Okay, then the industry coalition. So these 4 points in 4 different slides is the entire article. That is what we'll discuss. Okay, so first one is the circular steel economy. So G20 members, you know, yesterday also I told you, almost 85% of the population, almost like huge GDP contribution is done by these 20 countries. So they have a big role in reaching the net zero target which we have. Okay, net zero and gross zero are different. Gross zero means you are not even emitting anything. You are not even emitting carbon dioxide, but that level no one can reach. Okay, because you have industries, you have vehicles. So net zero means how much ever you are emitting, that much you will capture also, capture back through trees, capture into some carbon sink, somehow you will capture back also. So net will be zero. India has kept the year as 2070 when India will achieve that net zero. Many other developed countries are telling 2030, 2040, 2045, like that many years are there. Okay, but India by 2070 will reach net zero carbon emission is our goal. Okay. So now there is a need to, in the sector, I'm telling, steel sector or iron sector and all, there a lot of carbon is coming out. So there is a need to raise the current recycling rate by 15 to 25%. That is what the author is telling. And the demand for steel is anyway going to grow only. Everybody are building infrastructure. So steel, cement, iron and all is like never going to end. In the complete future, everybody are building, especially India, roads, infrastructure, buildings and everything. Everywhere you need steel. So that is going to anyway increase, and globally about 7% of the energy sector emission is from this iron and steel production. Okay, so there we have to have a focus. That is why the point number 1 under circular economy they have put for iron and steel industry. Okay, so this transition will be like a key strategy. If you transition to circular economy in the steel sector, it will be a very key key strategy. And G20 members is the one who should take the lead. India, that is why will present it. And India, being the president, will be presenting a document. The document title is The Circular Economy in the Steel Sector. India, as a president, will be presenting this in the in the G20 forum. And it will be a potential blueprint, okay, meaning a template for a net zero pathway for the steel industry, reducing the resource utilization and minimizing the wastage. So India is like a leader showing the world we should be focusing on circular economy in steel sector. The second one, extended producer responsibility or EPR. So basically this means what? You know, all our things like suppose electronics products or even a small chips packet, anything which you have, the producer is making it and putting in the market, you are going and buying it. There the producer's responsibility is not over. Okay, meaning you buy it, after that doesn't mean producer can now relax. There is an extended producer responsibility, meaning the consumer will use your product. After that they'll throw these packets and these plastics, the thermocol, everything, like suppose you buy a laptop, there is like covering of boxes, thermocol, this thing, some paper, plastic, everything is there. This are not people dispose here and there. So the people who send this to the consumers, the producer, they are responsible for the wastage also. So they, until that is also resolved, that is also picked up and collected properly, the producer's responsibility doesn't end. That is called extended producer responsibility. This in India, one of the act was there, and that is what in 2019 prelims they asked. So try to answer which act it was. Okay. So now there is a significance here also. So because this is also like a circular thing. Okay, you start from somewhere, you pick up the waste and then you again maybe recycle and again make same laptop covers or chips packet again, and you are recycling. So that is necessary. So different countries have different models for this EPR. It's not a standard rule, is not there. So what author is telling, G20 countries should learn from these 20 members and then share the best practices out of it to the world. So this will help in the transition to the circular economy. Okay, and the count they are like telling, there are 20,000 registered producers, importers, brand owners already, and 1,900 plastic waste processors on the centralized EPR portal. Okay, so in India, this much big people are there who is in the producer side. So India can show the world how to handle this properly through their EPR rules which we have framed. Okay, so India has already notified rules for, so here itself you got the answer. India has already notified the rules for e-waste and battery waste management rule. Okay, so go back to that question and see which option suits this. That is the answer for that question. Okay, so now this is the next one, biological thing. Okay, bioeconomy I told you. So since 1970, the consumption of biological resources in G20 countries have risen 2.5 times. So bio waste is what we are talking. Here also circular economy you should bring. So bio waste like municipal and industrial waste, agriculture residue, this is all a global issue. As much of it is burned, because most of it, these things are burnt. Okay, and then that will cause more pollution, more carbon emission, more maybe methane gas, everything will come out. So biodiversity loss happens, global warming happens. So it's a very big issue in bio waste also. So bio waste can serve as a valuable primary raw material. If you recycle it, it can become a raw material, and then you can even replace many of the other mineral resources and other things which you are using in production of something. Okay, so for that our government already has lot of schemes. Okay, so 3 schemes they have highlighted here. One is Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Yojana, where financial support is given for ethanol projects, bioethanol projects. Now also, you know, Indian petrol, we are going to do E20 blending, which we tell, that is ethanol 20% ethanol, 80% petrol. Already Nitin Gadkari, our minister, is already announced, and many of the places it is already adopted. I think by the end of next year or something, everywhere the petrol will be like ethanol mixed petrol. So our import bill, what we are importing oil and all, will reduce. Okay, so it's a very big changer. And India is actually showing the world that our shift towards renewable energy is not just in paper, we are actually implementing. Okay, you follow the BJP party or Prime Minister or Modi, that and all different things, but please follow the page of Nitin Gadkari. Okay, Nitin Gadkari, the minister, road minister, transport minister, he is doing excellent job. You can see whether it's in the roads which is coming, the national highways. Okay, I'm sure that the state highways are still bad in most of the states, but the national highways, the expressways which are coming, the bridges which are getting connected, wildlife corridors are getting connected, wherever the road and infrastructure is there, he is doing tremendous job. Okay, so that please follow his Instagram or Facebook page, no matter which party you are aligned to. He is showing the others like how you should use the funds properly, how India can become like a very good example of infrastructure. Okay, and in some states where the government is also supporting him more, it's more like if you see Gujarat and all, the best of best roads you can find. Okay, the best of best buildings you can find, infrastructure you can find. So like that, if every state is properly utilizing center's fund in infrastructure, at least I can guarantee he is one of the best minister we have. Okay, so now Jeevan Yojana is about bioethanol projects funding. So that is one area where we are kind of not wasting petrol and other things, and we are using ethanol in place of it. Okay, so ethanol also, there are different generations. Okay, that I will teach you in some other topic, first generation, second generation. In my environment lectures playlist, you can see, I think I have already done this in Shankar IAS playlist is there, please watch it. Okay, so second generation means you are using the food waste and crop residues and all, and with that you are generating ethanol, and that you will mix with petrol. So for that, funding is given in Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Yojana. It's important, UPSC will ask you, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Yojana related to what? Okay, then next one is this Gobardhan scheme, or galvanizing organic bio-agro resources. Okay, so this was launched again to convert this cattle dung, the manure, all these things into compost or biogas and biofuels, so that again pollution-free kind of things. So instead of burning fossil fuels, you can use this natural things for burning, and biogas can be generated. So that is the Gobardhan scheme. Then we have this Satat scheme, which is sustainable alternative towards affordable transportation. Okay, so this was launched in 2018, and here also like we had CNG, compressed natural gas, like that. Now to replace that, we are making CBG, okay, compressed biogas. So this one as a green transportation fuel, already we are making. Okay, you will see in the coming days, you will see the first hydrogen fueled bus, the first hydrogen related airplane. Many things are in pipeline. All this just by following that minister's page you will come to see. Okay, because he updates very clearly with pictures, with details, with funding, statistics, everything is there in his page. Okay, so that's a good source for you also to use data in your mains answer. So please follow him. So this is the bioresource related circular economy, 3 schemes. Then the final one, industry coalition, meaning how much ever government does, how much ever you do, finally if the industries doesn't come into collaboration, you cannot implement all these things. So the private sector, the industries also should be taken aboard, and so proper resource efficiency can be managed. And this coalition with technology collaboration, building advanced capabilities, and going across many sectors, bringing in finance and proactive private sector engagement, this issue can be solved, or we can make everything circular economy. That is how he is concluding. Okay, and G20 has an important role in addressing these issues. Okay, so that is the complete article about circular economy. This is a very detailed article. You could have got many points to write in prelims and mains. Now about the POCSO. So full form you can see, Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, that is POCSO 2012. So in last 1 month, if you see, July 12, July 10, July 7, June 27, lot of high court cases have been listed here. Okay, that's how he starts the article. Everywhere what is happening is this sexual, this thing with the man and a woman or a girl having sexual relationship, the cases which went into court, everything is not considered under POCSO, and it was simply quashed, or the FIR was not even registered, or the case was simply quashed, telling that it was under consensus, meaning the girl and boy were like, they ran away from their house, they were living as per their choice. So there you can't call it a rape, or you can't call it as a child sexual offense. You cannot tell like that. So different examples. Delhi High Court, if you see, 25-year-old boy and 15-year-old girl. Okay, they are telling they eloped by themselves, and so there is no assault here. Then July 10, Bombay High Court, 25-year-old man, 17-year-old girl, again telling consensual. Then July 7, Madras High Court. Here if you see, the age I think is not mentioned. Okay, so here also not only they quashed the FIR, whatever was there, they told it's not valid. They also told the Director General, DGP of police to give all the reports of all such pending cases, so we will quash everything. Okay, so that way Madras High Court also told. June in Madhya Pradesh High Court, where again age was not mentioned, there also they told it is consensual. So POCSO doesn't come into play. So we have an act in place, we have rules, regulations, but if the court is going on quashing like this, then why did we have that rule? That is what the author is asking. And the court even told Indian government, this 18 is now not the bar. Now everyone are like internet age children, everybody are like getting mature faster, they are finding their partner faster, so they may engage in sexual relationships. So 18 should be brought down to 16. This even like the court is suggesting the parliament. Okay, so here IPC sections, POCSO sections, nothing is being used properly. This is the context in which we will discuss. Okay, so now the child in POCSO, as I told, it is 18. Below 18, if there is even 17 years and 11 months if it is, then also it is considered as a POCSO thing. Okay, so penetrative sexual assault committed on children are criminal offences under POCSO. Okay, meaning it will have huge punishment, 10 year to 20 year and all in jail and all. So defining child under POCSO, and the provision under some section 375 of the IPC, where also this thing is dealt with, sexual intercourse, there and all, if it is 18 and below, it is considered as a rape. Okay, even Supreme Court once told that even if it's married, okay, and the wife is less than 18, then it's considered a marital rape. Supreme Court has told that, but High Court is not listening to any of this. They are deciding however they like. And across India you saw, Bombay Court is there, Madras Court is there, Madhya Pradesh Court is there. So it's like not right. That's what the author is telling. Okay, so all these were made to safeguard the children against these sexual offense, but courts are not abiding by the laws. Okay, again some section 90 of the IPC they are telling, okay, this different. IPC is not POCSO, it's a different thing, where below 12 years means then consent is not a consent, like that some things are there, but these and all the courts are not considering while doing the court case. Okay, so now again they are comparing the POCSO with the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Act. Okay, Prevention of Atrocities Act is there, 1989. About this prelims question came I think recently. So this act is where again if the rape is against a SC or ST person, to give them full protection because they are vulnerable society. Same like children are vulnerable, their caste is also vulnerable, like that their author is comparing both the things. Okay, so it is a provision which children is also like that. You should not tell consensual or all these things. The government and the court has the responsibility to protect children. Okay, so same like you do that. And also there in such cases the intention don't have to be proved. When it is a rape or anything against SC, ST, that time you cannot tell it is like they were consensual, they ran away together. This intention is not even a question. Okay, anything if they are of that caste or anything if it is below this age in case of children, it is considered to be taken under that act. So court is not following all these things, and that author is telling his concern. Okay, so High Court has neither honored the age of consent nor took any cognizance of the mandatory legal presumption. Nothing they are considering. And the Delhi's case they are telling, where 10-year difference is there, 25-year-old man and 15-year-old girl, that also they just quashed the FIR. So that is not acceptable. Okay, so recommendation, as I told, experts are telling 18 to 16 you should do, but again 18 to 16 only, right? So court, how can they tell like or quash a thing where the girl was a 15-year-old? Okay, even if you make 16, still this girl is 15, so how can you quash that? So like that he is questioning. Okay, so every consensual sex is going to be quashed means then why did we have POCSO? We can cancel POCSO also. So author is telling his frustration. Okay, so only thing is he is telling whatever you do, it should be in the best interest of the child. And in 2 of the above 4 cases, minor girls had become pregnant also and terminated pregnancy, abortion. So these things are all whether the girl actually understands what she is doing, because maturity is one thing, but do you understand what you are doing? What is the biological or physical effects because of that, health issues, this and all they don't even know sometimes. So you cannot simply go on quashing the things, telling that they are like in consensual thing. Okay. And again, courts have not told IPC or POCSO is unconstitutional. Okay, if they have told that, then it is okay. That act is also legal according to court, and court is not following the legal act also. That is not good. Okay. So now these things maybe the author is telling because it's 10-year punishment, 20-year punishment and all, they are just kind of sympathy kind of thing, and they are telling like a compromise and then ending the cases. Okay, but this is actually appearing to be benefiting the accused. So this is not right. Okay, and about POCSO, in another article we had already discussed a little bit static part also. In future also I will try to include the proper which year it came, how many cases till now it came. Such data I will try to give in another episode. Okay, so here in this it's mainly about this court telling something which is not in line with the Supreme Court thing. Okay, and the Bureau of Police Research and Development, it's like author is suggesting they should analyze all these cases where there is like consensual sex or whatever, and age wise, state wise, you should have a proper data, and then you should present it to central government. Then they will decide whether you should reduce it from 18 to 16 or 18 to 15. Without that, court should not go around quashing cases. Okay, so one solution is lowering the child, but everything considering the best interest of the children. And while reducing, as I told, Supreme Court's that case is there, which is Independent Thought versus Union of India 2017, where it told sexual intercourse with a minor wife is also rape. So when Supreme Court this thing is there, High Court should have listened to this instead of doing its own judgments. Okay, courts is like judicial overreach. Okay, judicial activism is one thing, judicial overreach is one thing. Mains question has come, try to find out. Okay, meaning judiciary beyond what it has to do, it is doing. That is judicial overreach. Okay. Activism is different. Activism, you are, because government is not doing anything, you as an activist, judiciary is interfering and helping out the people and making laws. Okay, but overreach is something you are not supposed to do, and you are still going there and doing something without even consulting anyone. Okay, so overreach is not good. Activism is still good. Overreach is not good. Okay, so the next article, gig economy. This is again one lengthy article. So the context is Rajasthan Platform-Based Gig Workers Registration and Welfare Act 2023. This particular bill or act, it has become an act now. Act is passed in July 24. So it's a powerful example of how labor law draws its strength from workers' struggle and victories of the past. Meaning workers and laborers always have a lot of sufferings. So this is a very good victory for them. Okay. So first thing you have to understand the basic. This gig word which you're telling, how did it start? This jazz musicians and all which used to exist in the like long time ago, they used to like you give some fees, then they will come and perform in your maybe restaurant or in your hotel or in front of anyone, you perform for a fees. So that is like a temporary kind of job, right? It's not like next day there's no guarantee he will be again invited. So that thing, they were called gigs. So that now in the new capitalist economy, whoever is being taken for job in a temporary basis, in a contract basis, it is considered as a gig economy. Okay, when it is spread. So there difference is there is the usual employer-employee relationship will not be there in gig economy. Okay, because in the usual company you go, you get many things. You get allowances for maybe housing, and then there'll be pension, there'll be a provident fund, then after 5 years gratuity. Okay, leave, maternity, many things are there which a company will give to you. But when you do temporary job, these things are not there. So that one, a contractualization of work where the employer escape from the responsibilities except for determining the immediate task at hand and arranging the pecuniary payment for it. Meaning some task is there, immediately it has to be finished, you hire someone, pay them over. There is no dealing after that. Okay, there's no guarantee that tomorrow again I will give you work. Nothing is there in that. So that economy is called gig economy. That is the definition. So examples they are telling, especially Uber, Ola, Zomato, Swiggy, all these people, it's not like a big contract is there, big meaning an intake offer letter or these things are not there. You are taken and telling like this many hours you have to work, and by this time you have to deliver something, and it's over. Remaining most of the things the app will take care. Okay, the app, if you see app operationalized with the help of algorithms, does the rest, meaning everything, the route, the map, the regulating the rights, paying taxes, the profit charting, everything is done by the app. So there only you have to give their like maybe their t-shirt or dress uniform and then tell okay do this. Okay, and end of the day you will get that much commissions and your job is over. So now that is one side. Okay, so employers are telling we have no responsibility for your social benefits and these things and all, but what if they fail in their job? If these people, they don't deliver the food on time, or maybe the ride get cancelled, something happened, this company that time will treat them like usual employees only, like how a company employs, meaning they'll suspend you, they'll terminate you, they'll block your ID, they will cut money from your salary, many things they do. So it's like a double standard, right? You are not giving the benefits which should be given, but when something wrong happens, the punishments, everything you match with the usual company standards. So that the author is not liking, and that he has told, okay, the no share of profits, the company is improving, still nothing is given. You are calling them as a partner, not an employee, but these are all our delivery partners, like that you call with a good name, but is it true partnership? How do you call it as a partner when it actually there is no benefit for them? You are just like treating them like a slave kind of thing. Okay, so companies have resisted taking on the most basic responsibility for the dignity and fair working condition for these workers. Okay, so suppose now these people try to make a union. Okay, this you see many trade unions and all, especially in South Kerala, Tamil Nadu and all, you will find a lot of trade union. Okay, the drivers association, the labor association, many associations are there. Then they are very strong there also. They can bring down things. They every now and then you see hartal and problems there in Kerala. So this, if they try in this group, they will be not strong enough. That is what the author is telling. Okay, because they are all temporary thing, meaning like if you are thrown out of Zomato, you will immediately go to Swiggy. You will like that. It's like there's no proper unity between such workers who is doing under this gig economy. They just want that day's survival or that month's survival. So they will never be equal to the employers group or the owners group. Okay, so that is one disadvantage in this side. So what happens is now who will support them? The state has to support, meaning the center, the government has to support the gig workers through proper law. But the neoliberal state, meaning the modern capitalized states, have not shown much responsibility or not taken much steps. That is all things. So this slide completely, we see, it looks like a very negative thing. Okay, but there are hundreds of positive things also about gig economy, and that is what I will tell you. And this is not given in the Hindu. Okay, these are extra things I am teaching you, because the article I felt very, very negative. Okay, gig economy, when UPSC questions comes, they will not tell like a negative article. It will come, what are the advantages of a gig economy? How can it contribute to the Indian vision of reaching this 5 trillion GDP? This is what UPSC will ask. That time, if I teach you all the negative things, how will you start the right answer? So I will teach you the positive things from my end. Okay, this is not there in the Hindu. So 56% of India's new employment which is created, right, it is generated by the gig economy. Okay, so there is this blue collar jobs, white collar jobs, golden collar jobs. There are many jobs. Okay, that maybe in a separate video I will teach you what are these jobs, or in my students revision chart for enrolled people, they will get a chart also where these things will be there. So blue collar is the ones who are in proper manufacturing kind of jobs and all. White collar is the one who is in IT or proper office related jobs. Okay, golden collar you can tell like scientist, doctor, lawyer, little bit premium kind of jobs. Okay, and there are many more. Pink collar, grey collar, little bit 7-8 colors are there which they use in economy. The terms are there. So now most of the jobs usually in this contract basis we see in the blue collar, but in white collar also it is there. Okay, it is emerging. That's what they are telling. In white collar, where contract based, like a programmer, developer, website designer, you just pay them, tell this work is over, gone. After that they have to search some other job. Okay, so that is also emerging. So it's a positive thing, right? Most of employment is getting created, they are getting money, and it serves up to 90 million jobs in the non-farm sectors in India, with a potential to add 1.25% of to the GDP. Okay, in the long term. And India, as I told, the economy, $5 trillion economy by 2025. Gig economy will play a major building block, because these many people are generating revenue. From that, taxes also will be going. So this is going to bridge the income and employment gap and contribute to that goal which we have. Now in bullet points, if you need the benefits, I will tell you in very simple words. Immediate job to the rural youth and urban youth both. Okay, in rural areas also, you know, now even rural, like semi-rural, high-end rural and all, they're even like KFC, Domino's, this Ola, Uber, Swiggy, everything is coming nowadays, most of the areas, because they are expanding across India. So the youth who are there, who may be not having proper degrees, maybe proper language problem they have, anything they have, but they can apply for these jobs. If they know driving, if they know cooking, if they can be a salesman, they can do that. Okay, there you don't need a proper BTech degree or any things. So it gives immediate job chances for these people without much skilling required. Okay. And then when rural itself gives this much thing, these people you see in Bombay or any proper city you take, the most of the population who are working on the streets are people who are living actually in villages. Their men or the men, mostly men, are coming to the cities for survival, and they are doing this street vendors, and then maybe anything on the road. You see many people, okay, repairing umbrellas, repairing slippers, many things they will be doing. So this like is a burden on the cities also, because they also have to live there. They also will consume the resources there. So the burden, urban burden, which even Bangalore city is facing now, as per the growth is going. So that will reduce if you have gig economy kind of jobs in the rural areas. Okay. So third one, balance in this thing, work from home kind of concept. So there, in gig economy, as I told you, are taken in a modern era. If you take a website designer, this thing, you are not telling, okay, 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock job. It's not like that. There is flexibility in timing, flexibility in location. From your home itself, you design. Okay, then over call or video call, we will discuss and then come to it. Meaning a target will be given in the next 15 days, complete the website and give me, or complete in the next 1 month. But when to work in that 1 month, that there is no force or pressure. You can work in the morning, you can work in the night, you can like eat your food and parallel you can work. So that flexibility comes in the contract job thing. Okay, there's no office, there's no dress code, there's nothing. Okay, that is one benefit. Then safer work environment for women. Again, if these are women employees who is working from home, they don't have to travel from one place to another. So on the way, what will happen at the office, any sexual harassment, nothing. You are in your home and you are comfortably working. So safer work environment for women. Okay, even with their children they can be and still they can work. Then provides on-demand work, meaning you can demand for it. Like you have, there are a lot of apps, like you see Fiverr, there is an app. Okay, in case you are people who are looking for part-time job and all, if you have any skill, you can do a website designing, you can do a logo designing, you can do anything. Fiverr website, Fiverr, you go and register in that. There 100,000 jobs are there. Okay, so there you can apply, like bidding it is, like people will tell I need this thing, requirement will be there. You have to tell, okay, I will do it in this price. Then somebody else will do, I will do it in a very lower price. So whoever wins the bid, finally they'll give the project to you. You have to complete it and give it to them. They will pay you. Okay, so Fiverr is one of the apps. Like there are hundreds of apps and websites are there where you can apply for contractual jobs. So it's like an on-demand work. You demand what you want according to your skill and you get it, you get paid. Okay, so then short-term work for quick income, meaning maybe you are actually looking for a long-term IT job or long-term maybe UPSC government job you're looking, but during your preparation phase you want some side income also. So that time you can apply for this contract jobs. Okay, like you can get as a teacher in some place where they'll tell, okay, you make this many videos, we'll pay you this much over. So your knowledge is also improving by making those videos, because the same thing you're preparing for your exam. So that is also kind of a gig or contract jobs. Okay, there's no pressure and quick income in very short time. 1 month, 2 months you work, you get this. By that time maybe you clear some exam, you can stop this. There's no burden or here like give my resignation. There's no big processes there. Okay, so it's like two-way. It's not like employer responsibility gone. Employee also don't have much responsibility back. They will do your work and they'll go. They don't have to tell I am resigning, please give me leave. Nothing is there. Okay, so that's the one more benefit. Then extra income, like I told, same thing. You already have a job, still you can do contract job. So it's an extra income for you. So these many benefits are there for gig economy, and this is not told in the Hindu. They have told complete negativity, but these things also you should study. Okay, now coming back to the article. Okay, so this is why Rajasthan law is a very important breakthrough, because it will be helping these gig workers. So the people who are in support of this, the workers, the infant unions, the civil society, citizen group, they all demanded like a board should be established where this, like a union, where this all will be discussed, their problems will be discussed. And even the aggregators or the employers, the Ola, Uber, they have all agreed that, okay, workers should be given some social security. Okay, at least if it's not equal to those who are working in proper companies, some proper social security benefit should be given. Okay, like death insurance, accident insurance, everything in the company cost itself, meaning some premium will be paid by the company itself, and then end of like something happens in between your journey, in your delivery and all, then insurance coverage will be given. Then many people are forced to work long hours all through the week. In rain also, you see, we ourselves, we will order a lot of food from Zomato, Swiggy and all. We are not caring how they are coming. In the rain, in the traffic, they are coming, they are delivering to you. Because they don't deliver in 30 minutes, 20 minutes and all, they get fired from there. So we all don't understand that, but this is happening here in cities. Okay, so they bear the burden for any sort of domestic or social crisis, including ill health, app failure. Like this happens, like you go to like Ola cab you use, payment time, sometimes you will see the app is like still running, it's not loading. Only when the trip completes and it shows the payment, he can take the payment from you. Or sometimes you will pay, it will not reflect in the app, then you argue with them. They can't do anything unless it comes in the app. They can't believe you that you paid or not, and then they call the customer care, then you shout at them. Finally, if some technical difficulty is there or something is there, money is cut from their salary only. So many problems are there which these people face, which we are not aware. We are just using the cab, we are just using the app, and this we are forgetting. Okay, so these things are there. So it's like a workers group should be there, a board should be there, and any again extra things I'm telling from that code of wages that is not there in the Hindu. In India, as of now, we have two bills, Code on Wages 2019 and Code on Social Security 2020. Both have actually recognized that there should be a minimum wage, there should be a minimum standard working hours. All these things should be there for the unorganized sector, which includes the gig workers. So it is included in our law, it is written. But problem is, there is no guarantee that will be implemented. Okay. None of them secure the benefits. Okay, central government can formulate, meaning because gig is included, they can make laws for it, but there is no guarantee that everybody will follow these rules, because these are just rules. Okay, not a very big statutory law. So the code states that the provision of basic welfare is a joint responsibility of central government, the owner or the aggregator, and the workers. But whose stake is how much, meaning whether the center will take initiative or the company will take initiative or the workers have to now do some protest and get it. It is not properly written anywhere. It is simply told, okay, gig workers also will be considered in the social security. One line is written. So that is the reason what laws we have is not sufficient. In the same article, two more slides, they are just comparing it with the Hamal model which we had in India. Okay, so this photos you can see, you will see in market or anywhere you go, like this many people will be working. Obviously, they are not full-time workers or anything. They based on like, okay, these many lorries, I will put the sack on my head or back and then load it, unload it. Tomorrow you will do. It's like a temporary thing. There is no registry of how many workers are there or how many, nothing is there. But in Maharashtra, in 1969, this Hamal, these people are called Hamals, okay, this model of workers. So Hamal and other manual workers, Regulation of Employment and Welfare Act 1969 was there, where first time this was kind of formalized. Okay, meaning 60 years ago, they made a Hamal Panchayat in Maharashtra. Okay, they also face the same problems which now the gig workers are facing across India. Okay, there is no single workplace, there is no proper employer benefits. Employees are the merchants who is doing this trade, and these workers are from poor families, especially Dalit communities and OBC people. Okay, so they had nothing to fall back on during the illness, accident or old age, no minimum wage, no pension, no sick leave, no health or education benefit, no employer to collectively bargain. Okay, because they themselves don't know who is giving the work. That much, because there will be middlemen also sometimes. Later, a person, Baba Adhav, now 94 years of old age, he demanded for a law and set up a Mathadi board which would register, meaning a place where you have to register. All the merchants have to register. All these Hamals, the workers have to register, and then shopkeepers through which these sacks are taken, they have to register. Everyone has to register in that portal. Okay, so then some extra thing also has to be paid to the workers other than the actual fees which fee or the wages which you give, and that should be used for his social security benefits, which includes the gratuity, health, education, everything. Okay, so that way they had made an effective model. It became effective also. It was actually implemented well. So, banking facilities, housing schemes, apartments for Hamals, schools especially for them, their children, set up unions, okay, which include even the auto rickshaw drivers and the waste pickers. So, this law gave them collective group legitimacy and capacity to earn social security money. And now this is called true partnership. Okay, 2 slides back I told you whether it's a true partner or not. But in Hamal model, there was true partnership. Okay. And merchants also, employers also did not suffer. They also got the work, everything done properly. Nobody went out of business. And a board, which I told, that board was set up. It's a tri-party board, 3 people. One is the unions, employer, and the government also. Okay. So they had a proper platform, and even in now, Pune union still sets this standard. Even now, 250 unions in the federation with labor membership of more than 1 lakh in the state. So in Pune, this board is even now existing, and they are working in proper harmony. Okay. So now this Rajasthan is actually what they have made the law right. They are inspired from that formulation, what they did in the Hummel model, that they have done. And so the result is a breakthrough act, meaning an excellent act has been done, and they have got the permission, everything, and they are going to implement it. Okay. So it is India's first such law where a state government is passing something, and first in the world where this much social security is considered. So it's a very important act. And also, same thing, Mathadi principles are being put in, and then all aggregators operating in the state must be registered. All workers onboarded on this platform must be registered with the board. A worker can view their own data, and meaning a digital platform will be there, much more modern. Okay. So you can see your incoming, outgoing wages, the transaction, how much money is going to social security. Then grievance redressal mechanisms will be there where you can appeal if any problem is there. So everything is there. It's going to be a very good thing if it's implemented properly. Okay. So author is again telling all the transactions should be kept like this itself, a more transparent way. A new, more unorganized sectors welfare board should come up so that everybody's rights and everything is taken care. And also new things are coming, right? Artificial intelligence, they are replacing human jobs. Machines will replace humans. So what will happen to these people who are doing physical work? So for them, machines should not be like it is for the people, it is doing the job. It is also like by the people. Okay. Work should be done by the people also. At least to maintain those machines, you need people. So like that, proper democratic principles of justice and equality should be there in all decision making. And gig economy, as I told, it's having a very big impact on our GDP. So it should be taken care well. Take care of them, they will take care of the economy. Okay. That is how they are telling this. This is a summary chart. You can make a note of it. On different stakeholders, laborers, consumers, industry, food system, small producers, one line. If you need like a mind map kind of thing, you can use this in your answers. Okay, so this, when you draw itself in your first opening page, examiner will know you have a clear idea about gig economy. Okay, so this you can pause and see. So these are the 3 important articles we discussed. Come in my WhatsApp, please subscribe the channel, and also hit like and comment. Okay, only if I see hundreds of comments, next day I will feel like doing this much detailing for you, because I am taking many things which are not there in the Hindu, so that you get the complete coverage. Okay, and also I ask ma'am to do separate videos when I feel it needs in-depth analysis. So like that, we are covering one topic 2-3 times for you free of cost. And when you are enrolled to test series, you get even more detailed mains answers and notes and these things and all. So this much effort we are doing, you just give a like and comment and subscribe. Okay, so that we can every day keep doing this. Follow us on Instagram also, there I'm posting a lot of things. So I'll wind up this video. Thank you and have a nice day.